Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Taryn.
Welcome to episode 95 of Bird Squawk.
The Birds are in the playoffs, baby. Playoffs, actually.
And we're talking playoff edition of Bird Squawk.
Can you believe it, people? They are in the playoffs. There is not a shot that this team should be in the playoffs or that anyone was legitimately thinking playoffs at the beginning of the season. But they handled business on Sunday, got some help, and they have clinched a week before the regular season even ends at 9-7. And these two geniuses right here. He has 10-7, 9-8. Something's about to happen.
Check the tapes.
Someone's about to be right.
That's
Get
right,
the receipts
baby.
out.
That's right.
But the Birds handle business, and now we turn to the playoffs because this week really is a crapshoot.
Yeah, I mean,
unfortunately,
we're playing with house money, man.
Unfortunately, COVID.
You know?
It's the right week to be getting a little bit of an outbreak, but it seems under control. This week's kind of throwaway. See what Dallas wants to do. See how seeding
we'll
works
go down
out.
there and we'll applaud our team's effort in getting into the playoffs and just enjoy a game. Yeah. I know it's the Cowboys. I know we always want to beat them, but hey, it is what it is. You know, we got like 12 guys with COVID.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll look at the seeding in a little bit, but talk about the game on Sunday. Slow start again.
Yeah, slow
Had to make it
man.
Interesting as always with these games, but they took care of business. Big second half. And once again, they relied on the run.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we're still hearing guys out there that want a quarterback that can throw the ball and do all this and that. I mean, I'm not a 100% sold on Jalen, but you got to give it to the kid, man. He is progressing.
He's slowly crawling. He's climbing. Yeah,
just evolving every week, you know. And for years, I don't care who you are, for years that we were clamoring for a running game. We were begging Andy Reid to run the ball. We were begging Dougie to run the ball. Now we're running the ball and you still have people complaining.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times were we like sitting there going, man, we just want some running game to chew up the clock and take a game over. And we are at a spot where we can do that. And, you know, hey, we're hearing the negative crap. You can't make everybody happy, but we're hearing the negative crap like, oh, look who they've played. Yeah. Look at the quarterbacks they've played. I'm sorry, but that's the schedule, right?
I mean, you play with
those would be the same people up in arms if we lost those games.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, that's what I mean. You can't please people, but I think the majority are pretty excited, pretty hopeful for the playoffs. And I mean, you got to just take it as it is. This team should not be here. And
yeah, I mean, we had the expectations low this year, man. We didn't buy in. We didn't get overly hyped. We did in the beginning in our you know, check the tape. But, I mean, we're sitting here in a rebuild.
Yeah.
In a rebuild, and we made the playoffs.
It truly, really hats off to Saucy and to Jalen. And like you said, he is progressing. He has shown me the last couple weeks that, hey, maybe I was jumping the gun on the kid a little bit. He has developed in staying in the pocket. He's been making more high-quality throws. He still misses people. He still has things to work on. He's not as run first. There's been a lot of situations that I would see that he has not run. He was checking down to running backs. He hit Boston on a nice couple throws on Sunday. He was taking what the defense was giving him.
I think the best thing that happened to him, not really the best thing that happened to him, was advantageous for us, was him getting that ankle hurt. I mean, he seems to not want to run as much, and he seems to be, when he gets outside, he's looking downfield.
Yeah, he made a beautiful throw
downfield on the run.
Running throw to Goddard.
Yes.
And yeah, there was a couple of situations. And like I said yesterday, was that because last week, was that because of the ankle? Was that development? And I'm thinking more that it was development. I think that was a positive that we wished was what it was, and I think it is. And
I mean, you know, you're hearing the people saying, oh, Devontae should be developing more. He'd be developing more with a good quarterback. It's like when you only got one weapon, the other team can take him away. I mean, the kid is open a majority of the time, but his counterparts are really nobody besides Goddard.
Yeah, I mean, Goddard has obviously taken the next step as we hoped. Devontae is still Devontae, but you still, Quez is a decent piece. You obviously wish more from Rager. I mean, G. Ward is even getting in a little bit on Sunday. they're just pieces. They're just guys.
Right.
I mean, they
Right.
are sometimes there, sometimes not. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk more as the offseason gets closer now that we're having playoffs.
I'm
But
feeling like let's roll with him again next year.
no, I mean,
Let's build the defense.
yeah,
Let's bring in a veteran piece
yeah.
in the receiving core, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's been up and down, our feelings of him all year, but it never wavered that we wanted the kid to succeed. We wanted him to be the guy, and maybe I'm still, because I've been here before and then I wasn't sold. So let's see what he can continue to do. But like I said last week, I know I'm not expecting anything from this team in the playoffs. And right now I saw something. I thought it was Tampa, but we're actually playing the Rams right now, depending
There's
on
so
it.
many different
But,
scenarios. We're gonna have to wait out
yeah.
till Sunday's over.
Yes. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But I don't know. I said this last week. If they can run the ball dominantly, like they ran the ball all year, that's how you win playoff games. And if the defense steps up and they have a day, you don't know. I mean, I think you can maybe squeak by, because I think we'll probably be the 7th seed. But if you squeak by and maybe steal one.
It kind of feels to me like that first year Andy finally made it to the playoffs and Donovan and those guys went out to St. Louis and we played the Rams and, we didn't win, but it was the start.
Yeah, I mean, even if they, even if they're competitive, make us hopeful for the future. I mean, truly, I said it last week, even if they didn't make the playoffs, this year was a success. Year 1 for Sirianni and year 1 for Hurts. There is 100%, if they are the future or not, there is a connection between the two. That is growing, that is developing. And there is someone that we have to kind of apologize to, but not with drafting. But Howie. I always say Howie is good at putting together a roster, good at handling contracts. He's good at that stage. It's the draft that is the biggest concern. But he can put together a roster.
I mean, he had some messes to clean up, and there's still some messes that are left on the team that need to be reevaluated and cleaned up in the offseason, if possible.
Yes.
I mean, there's some guys at the end of their rookie deals who, I don't really want them back next year.
Yeah, there are.
I think we all know who those pieces are.
We'll see how it... We'll see.
One thing with Jalen, I mean, I really sat back the past couple weeks and kind of thought about it, and it's like, we talked about it. We want this kid to be successful. I mean, everything this kid does, it's like, damn, he's a leader. He's rallied this team. Mm-hmm. They are all behind him.
Yeah.
And I look back and I'm like, man, I was all in on Wentz.
Yeah.
And Wentz did not have all the characteristics that Jalen has.
In retrospect, it is, I still, obviously you can't really tell who won the trade yet, but I think both teams, it's just really big on if Jalen is the guy. Because if he's not, that's where it's a big step back for this organization if he's not the guy. But I think to me, he's earned next year. And I think the organization has said he earned next year.
I think the only thing lacking with this kid, I mean, I know he can work on his accuracy.
Yep.
I know he can work on his consistency.
Yep.
I know he's a smart player.
Yep.
The only thing lacking is that arm strength.
I know, but the thing is,
you build arm strength.
Yeah, exactly.
But in their offense, do you really need to throw it 60 yards in a bomb?
No, I mean, if they are running the football as they can, and it's evident they can run the football with anybody. Miles Sanders.
Is Brady throwing 80-yard bombs? We're not going to compare him to Burrow and Herbert.
No.
I mean, he's not that guy.
Yeah.
But he's got other intangibles that those guys don't have.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good game. I mean, I wouldn't say stat-wise a great game, but he made some very impressive plays with his arm and with his leg when needed, not out of necessity.
I think we forget the kid's resume. I mean, we've talked about it.
Yeah,
but we forget his resume of being at Alabama, at Oklahoma, battle-tested, man.
Yeah, I know. I think the playoff game is going to be big. I think it's a big step for him and obviously this team to really see if we go out there not to win, not to maybe steal one, but to at least keep competitive.
I mean, he took a 4-11-1 team and turned
Yeah.
them into a 10-7.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say it's all on Jalen, but
No,
still.
I mean, he's part of that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I think they have exceeded expectations. I know they'll tell you they saw this from the beginning, but it is really crazy if
I
you.
did.
It's really crazy when you look at it, and I'm not going to complain and really nitpick because they're in the playoffs and we didn't have much.
Yeah, we
but-
weren't thinking.
But if you flip one of these losses to a W,
Oh man,
this week is for the division, which is crazy. As good as Dallas has been this year, this
Yeah.
week could have been for the division if
Yeah.
we would have won a game.
if we would have won one of those, that
Obviously, the big
could've,
highlight is the Giants game,
that
but
Giants game, but the Niners game, I thought we could have taken.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know, would it be the same? I mean, these guys all have COVID. Who knows what would happen?
We've
there, but,
we've not that it's been
you know,
lucky,
we
but
go to
we've gotten a
Washington
little lucky.
and now
with
we
it.
all get COVID. So,
But it's
Yeah.
the week to get it. It's
Yeah.
the week to get it for sure, because this week doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know. I really don't care about seeding. If you really want to look at
yeah,
seeding,
I mean,
I think the game you want and the game you can maybe steal is Tampa. But that's not even like a confidence builder there. I think the Rams, even though we kind of have the Rams number the last couple of years, I don't think we go out to LA and beat the Rams. And I know you were maybe like Dallas, but I don't really want to deal with Dallas.
hey, I just feel like if we can get the ball and control the ball and time of possession with that running game and just pound and pound and pound, I mean, you know, crazier things have happened.
I know, but like I've said all year,
Not expecting it, but hey, wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
like I said all year, this team is built on being ahead of schedule, being able to run the football, and when they can't, you're probably not going to end up well.
Right.
So it is just crazy that this team is in the playoffs. I literally could not believe it Sunday night when on the first drive I knew the Packers were going to win, and I was like, we are actually going to make the playoffs with this team.
The thing that's so, you know, exciting to me is like coming off of last year's season, and now, you know, we don't even belong there, but we're there. You know, we're like that girl that you didn't want to take to the dance, but hey, we showed up, and now you're gonna dance with us.
Yeah,
So,
like I said, we'll obviously talk more about the playoffs next week as we then will know seeding and
we'll
see what
definitely
happens.
know who we're gonna play
And
Sunday.
then we
right?
kind of see if we look back on the Tampa game or if we look ahead to a new opponent or maybe even the Dallas game earlier the year and look deeper into who we're going to play and maybe steal one in the wild card round. But hey, enjoy it. The Birds are in the playoffs. We get an extra week of football at least. And just enjoy this week. It doesn't really matter. Sit back, relax. Worry about other teams trying to fight in because we're already in, baby.
Dallas sucks.
That's right. It is still Dallas week, and we would still love to beat Dallas, but it's not. It was taken care of.
Yeah, it's really nice going down there Saturday night since they flexed it, but to not even worry about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what happens. I mean, because we're in.
That's right. So we'll be back next Wednesday as always. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at birds_squawk. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Fly Eagles fly.
Go Birds.